I earned my degree online at Arizona State University. I chose to get my degree at ASU because I knew that I'd get a quality education, they were recognized for excellence, and that I would be prepared for the workforce upon graduating. To be associated with ASU, both as a student and alum, it makes me extremely proud, and having experienced the program, I know now that I'm set up for success. Learn more at asuonline.asu.edu.
Lowe's knows that more projects mean more tools. For a limited time, new and existing MyLowe's Rewards credit card members can get 12-month special financing on purchases of $299 or more, in-store and online. Don't wait to get the things you need. Get special financing today. Lowe's. We help. You save. Now through August 27th, choose 12-month special financing on purchases of $299 or more. Offer subject to credit approval and cannot be combined. Minimum monthly payments required. See store at Lowe's.com for details.
Joining me now is Patrick Wood. He has a brand new article out. Don't get mad at me, folks. I'm just the broadcaster putting out information and all kinds of views and opinions. Okay, here's the title. Trump, the technocrat, releases America's AI action plan, launches AI.gov website. All right, joining me now is Patrick Wood. Some lady, I don't even know who she is because I don't really care, claims that Worldview Tube's turned into the anti-Trump network. Well, I got news for you, sweetheart. President Trump's social platform, Truth Plus, carries us. So if we're so anti-Trump, why is Truth Plus carrying us, sweetheart? Okay. I'm sorry that apparently you are so much wanting to be a cult follower that you can't see that people can disagree. For Pete's sake, lady, President Trump has people in his own administration that can't agree with each other. They're constantly fighting with each other in his own administration. And you know what? President Trump lets it happen. You know why? Because President Trump likes to hear a lot of different people's ideas and opinions, and then he picks one and goes with it. But we got a couple people out here, Logan. I don't see their emails because I don't waste my time. But apparently they like to make smart comments. And one lady's like, oh, this is just the anti-Trump network. Well then, sweetheart, go watch another network. Because we're here to cover all the news with all the perspectives and all the opinions. And if you want to be some kind of dumbed down drone that only listens to the leader is great, the leader is smart, the leader's never wrong, then go do that. But President Trump himself doesn't surround himself with those kind of people because most good CEOs don't. They want everybody's kind of input and see what they're saying, and then he picks where he goes. Now, do I always agree where he picks to go? No. Some people in his own administration sometimes don't apparently agree with where he's going, but they still in the administration. Don't ever underestimate people. Don't ever underestimate the desire for some people to have a king. Some people to have a king, they just want someone to tell them they're in charge, and they're going to follow him blindly with no discernment, no reasoning. No wonder the Antichrist is going to be able to rise to power. So if you can't handle the truth, then you're watching the wrong network, babe. So joining me now is Patrick Wood. There you go. You like that little rant, Patrick? You're muted. You're muted. Unmute yourself because I don't want to miss a word you're saying.
I couldn't say that. I would say same thing. And, I'll say this. I voted for Trump in the first place. I told people before the election, I said, I'm going to vote for this man. And if he turns into be technocratic after the election, I'm sure he'll do some things that we like. But if he turns technocratic, I said at the time, I will be the first to beat the snot out of him. So, verbally, that is. Verbally, I know. So, I have to be critical of technocracy because this is my field. This has been my reason to exist in the last 18 years, studying technocracy. I know it forward and backwards, and I can smell a technocrat a long way off for sure. And
you're going to be here. You're going to be here, Lord willing, and I'm going to be here, Lord willing, long after the Trump administration. So if we want to be taken seriously, we just have to call balls and strikes.
Yes.
And that's what we're doing. Right?
Exactly.
And to be honest with you, look, to be honest with you, I think President Trump likes broadcasters like us because there's a lot of people at Fox that were never Trumpers. But he sure seems to like the folks at Fox News. I mean, he criticizes them left and right, but then next thing you know, he's pushing out a tweet for everybody to watch Fox News. So apparently he doesn't mind the conflict and the back and forth of ideas, right? So
apparently so, yeah.
Some of his own followers, though, are just so numb-minded, obsessed. They can't.
Yes.
I'm sure you see the comments and get the emails, too. And I'm thinking, these just are not real bright people. They really can't be real bright people.
Well, maybe they're just deluded. You know, they just they follow the man and they think he's great. And it's hard to change your mind once you have that type of a position.
But if you're committed to truth, it's not hard.
Yeah.
If you're committed to truth instead of personality, that's not a big. That's not hard. And that's what you and I are committed to: truth, right?
Exactly.
And we say when we're happy with him and his administration, we said we would do that from the beginning. From the night he got elected, I said that we're going to praise him when he does great. We're going to cheer him on, and when we disagree, we have to disagree. That's a free society. Look, his administration isn't paying me. Okay, I don't get any money from the IRS, from the government, from the USAID. I don't get any money from the Trump campaign. We don't roll like that. Okay, I wouldn't take money for that. I'm not a paid mouthpiece, and that's why our numbers are going up, up, up. I ask Logan every day, how are our numbers? And they're just constantly going up. You know why? Because people know House, Woods, the rest of these people, Leo Holman, these people are just straight shooters. They're just telling you the truth, the way it is. That's why we're growing. Right?
Yeah. Yep. I guess so. I'm with you. You bet.
We're going to do it again right now. Here's the article. All right. So if you have Trump derangement syndrome on either side, right or left, which some of you on the right do, meaning that you can't handle anyone that says anything negative, which is a form of Trump derangement syndrome on the right, then you might want to tune off or go get your meds. Trump, the technocrat, releases America's AI action plan, launches AI.gov website. Okay, so what is this about? You just wrote a brand new article, released it today.
You
What's
bet.
This about?
This was released today. It wasn't a coincidence that the AI.gov website was released at the same time that this report was released.
What's the report?
The report
is that one right there.
Exactly. That's the report right there. Let everybody see it. This is not a conspiracy, okay? This is not a conspiracy to take Trump down or something like that. No, it's not. But this is the document that was just released. This is the future of AI, and it contains all the policy recommendations for AI and during the rest of the Trump administration, at least.
Okay.
There it is. You can read Pillar 1, 2, and 3.
Okay. So what are they saying is the plan? Pillar 1, accelerate AI innovation. Pillar 2, build American AI infrastructure. Pillar 3, lead in international AI diplomacy and security. Okay. So if we're going to build AI American infrastructure, I have a report over at worldviewreport.com, your daily aggregated news site. Let me find it real quick. Worldviewreport.com. I have an article over there that's saying that the power grid cannot handle all that's going on with AI. Brace for soaring electricity bills. Biggest U.S. power grid sets power cost at record high to feed AI. All right. So talk to me about this plan. And are they addressing these kind of concerns? Are they addressing these issues in that plan?
Not enough, not in my opinion. You know, Trump talks about getting energy online, and he's right to promote natural gas. He should be promoting coal for sure, and probably nuclear. There's other not wind and solar, but there's other reactors that could generate electricity for us. But at this point, the horse is out of the barn. All these AI data centers around the country are breaking the grid at this point. And by the way, that was the second article, or the first article that I put out today. Let me get it up here data. Yeah, here it is. This was from Zero Hedge also. AI data centers driving power costs to record high. So here's the handwriting on the wall. The demand for electricity from the AI data centers, they're driving our rates up. It risks, in another study, it risks breaking the power grid altogether. And in the meantime, rates are going to skyrocket for consumers. I'm predicting now that for some consumers at least, maybe starting in California, your power bill is going to be greater than your house payment or your rental payment. Oh
boy. You know what I think of when you say that?
What?
By 2030, you'll own nothing and be happy.
Well, there you go. That's about it.
Because if you can't afford your mortgage payment, you lose your house, right?
That's right.
Now you're renting.
That's right.
Now you're renting.
Yeah.
But of course, I don't know how that's going to work, because if you go and rent a house, you still have to pay the utility bill.
That's right. You do. But
I guess they could use that to force you to live in a cracker box, so you need less energy.
Maybe, yeah. Maybe you could live in a basement where there's no windows and it's underground.
So it stays cooler, right?
Exactly. Yeah. But this article, however, the second article that I posted here on this new report that just came out for AI. Mm-hmm. This is a major coordinated theme. You have to go and take a look at ai.gov. You can do that right now if you want to, ai.gov, and you'll see the website that was just released. And look at the picture, if you see it, on the first page.
That's it. I went to ai.gov.
There it is.
AI.gov. AI.gov.
Yeah.
Brings you to the White House.
Oh, you know what? It hasn't hit your browser yet.
Oh, Logan's has. All right, Logan's has.
There you go.
Logan.
There you go. That's it. But look at the picture at the front. This is all about Trump. Okay, there he is, right? And big. Well, he's not in living color. I guess this is a black and white website. But this is all about Trump and his achievements to bring AI to the fore. All the executive orders that he signed, all of the legislation he signed. It basically, this lays out the whole scheme for AI development and infrastructure especially. So there you go. I mean, this is unmistakable. Anybody can read this, and it's not me saying it. You can get it right here, and you can read the other report as well. And what can I say? That's all I did. I took this report. I kind of summarized it. And you have to conclude that Trump is at least aiding and abetting all of these technocrats in Washington, D.C.
All right. You know what it reminds me of is when we were out there warning after 9/11 about the Patriot Act. And some of these people so worshipped George W. Bush that when we questioned what he was doing, they would send us emails. You must be a communist. You're not a patriot. You're not pro-America. You know, obviously you're not a patriot. You're against the Patriot Act. And we're like, listen here, ding-a-ling. It's called the Patriot Act so that you will be, brainwashed into thinking that if you're not for it, you're not a patriot. And yet here we are, 2025. How many people are big fans of the Patriot Act, right? This is the same thing. We're going to come through this era and say, there's a lot of things that Trump did that we really liked. But we weren't happy with him pushing out the AI like he was and the tech bros at Palantir, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And then these same delusional people that want to criticize us on social media will be going, oh, yeah, we were right there with you. Like, no, you're not. No, you weren't. Right? No, you weren't. You were one of the drones that couldn't think for yourself. They had to go with the group collective. You know, just admit you're not real bright. You don't have a discernment. Whatever your problem is, figure it out. But you watch how many of the people that are criticizing us today will, a few years from now, be acting like they were on the front lines warning about it. It's always people like you and me and so many of our broadcast partners that are ahead of the curve. You know why? Because we, and many of this audience, have critical thinking skills. We know reason, logic, and context. We, as I said earlier, have no agenda but the truth. We're not committed to personalities. Some of these people, they just have to have some leader. And boy, when they throw in, they throw in with them. But I'm telling you, it won't take long before even our critics are realizing this is a huge problem. Now, when I come back, I want to ask you, is it possible this AI plan for government could fix problems like, let's say, the weaponization of the IRS, where you have IRS agents making rules and decisions that aren't even in the IRS book? They're just making it up. Could AI stop that? Don't go away.
True beauty isn't applied. It's nourished from within. Bella Grace Elixir, a luxurious, scientifically crafted blend designed to restore radiance, vitality, and strength at a cellular level. At the heart of Bella Grace Elixir lies cat's claw, a powerful herb from the Amazon known for its ability to control inflammation and protect collagen. With Verisol collagen peptides, it goes beyond the surface, stimulating your body's natural collagen production to reduce fine lines, improve skin elasticity, and promote real, visible change. Bella Grace Elixir doesn't stop at collagen. It includes astaxanthin, one of nature's most powerful antioxidants. 6,000 times stronger than vitamin C, astaxanthin protects your skin from harmful UV rays and environmental stress, while locking in hydration and promoting a radiant, youthful glow. Experience the power of nature with Bella Grace Elixir at melissahousebg.com. Discover the science behind Bella Grace Elixir at melissahousebg.com. Read powerful testimonials from doctors and real customers who've experienced life-changing results, and explore other wellness products from Bella Grace. Bella Grace Elixir is more than just a product. It's a solution. Visit melissahousebg.com today.
All right, welcome back. Glad you're with us. Worldview Tube. Now, Patrick Wood joins us, technocracy.news, technocracy.news. Look at this. Google plans $10 million data center campus in West Memphis, Arkansas. Okay, that's about 40 minutes. 10 billion, excuse me. That's about 40 minutes from where I am right now. About 40 minutes. So actually in Memphis, we have Elon Musk. What is his system called? AX or XI? XAI? XAI? He has that right here in Memphis, about 30 minutes from us. And across the bridge in Arkansas, in West Memphis, they're building this. Now, I mean, literally, Logan says it across the bridge or river. Well, it's the bridge over the river. I was told a few months ago, the goal is to turn Memphis into the digital Dixie, which in one sense is fine with me because it's going to increase jobs, employment. Now, why are they coming here? Couple reasons. The cost of things here is so cheap compared to California, Chicago. You know, go check out what you can buy. You can buy a 1966, 68, one level brick house, 3 bedrooms, 2 bath, wood floors throughout, crown molding. You may need to update the kitchen a little bit, some appliances. But you can buy a really nice 1,900, 2,000 square foot house, all brick, in a neighborhood in East Memphis, for about $250, all the way up to $300,000. But you can get one for about $250,000. Good luck doing that in a lot of other cities. And I'm not talking about being in the hood, okay? Housing here is very affordable, very affordable. Property tax, really quite low compared to other parts of the world, our country. So easy to bring your people in and afford the cost of living. One of the big factors is obviously the Mississippi River for pulling water to cool the servers. Number 3, FedEx is right here. So if you need a part to be flown in, you're going to get it pretty quick. So for those of us living in the Mid-South, part of us is like, well, great. That would be nice if Memphis would become the digital Dixie, because we could really see like a little southern Silicon Valley here. And we need revenue and money and high-end people and high-end jobs, whatever. So part of us is excited. The other part's like, they're going to crash my power grid. And my AC went out the other day, and it was 97 degrees out. Let me tell you, that's miserable. And had to get the AC guy over to fix everything, get all the ACs up and going again. But your grid goes down. I don't care. If it goes down in the winter, I can live with that. But if your AC goes down in the summertime, you're going to have people die, okay? I have a gigantic generator, but what went wrong was something in the AC. It tripped. The breakers tripped, shut all of them off. So we had power, but the ACs wouldn't stay on. So a lot of us here in the Mid-South are thinking, if they bring down our power grid in the summertime, you're going to have people die. Infants, small children, older people. So here we go. We're going to get ourselves a $10 billion data center here in the Mid-South, added to the one we already got. And you already know, I've told you the lights have flickered on and off multiple times in a 2-minute period since Elon came to town. And I'm told by a local city council member that was them bringing their big system up online. Whether it's true or not, I'm just telling you what a local city council member told me. What are your thoughts on all this?
Your electricity rates were like before Musk came in? Were you traditionally kind of lower on the scale nationally?
Yes.
Did you have lots of excess energy in the system? And, other than thunderstorms or tornadoes, whatever, you had basically stable power. Did you before?
We did, except for the fact that a few years ago, I'm told by MLG guys, one of the CEOs tried to save money, they told me, and didn't keep up with the multi-million-dollar plan to cut away the trees from the power lines. He thought he could save some money, and then I think he's gone. Then when a storm would come through, all it would take is those trees to hit those lines, and your power would go down. So to be fair, the power did go down, but we found out later, according to the MLGW guys, it showed up in the big truck. I'm like, why is the power going down all the time? He said, because the last CEO thought he could save money by not maintaining the tree lines. But prior to that, yes, power hardly ever went down. And yes, energy is very affordable here.
Yes, there you go. Yes, the reason these big data centers are moving to places like Nashville is because of your energy. Now, the water is a big issue as well. The Mississippi's right there. That's a good thing for them. And it won't cost you a lot if they suck water out of the Mississippi at that point. But we see the same thing in Phoenix, Arizona, and Mesa, in my hometown here. We had a very affordable housing. And as water costs were always expensive for us, I guess, because we don't have a lot of water here. But energy has been basically affordable here until they came in and started sucking us dry. So you don't see in California, you don't see a lot of data centers in California because there's no energy there. There's no reliable energy. That everybody knows the grid is just so fragile in California. They don't want it there. Texas is a good place because it has a lot of power also, at least it did. So they gravitate to cities who have lots of power where they can get their foot in the door, get connected to their power grid. And then all of a sudden, the rates start going up. The service begins to degrade, and there you go. These people will always reserve for themselves the primo power not windmills and solar panels. They'll have all of the constant power, and you won't. That's the bottom line. You won't have that type of power that give you maybe the windmills and the solar panel, but these data centers, they can't risk 1 minute of being down. It could completely blow up their whole system if that happened.
Well, and of course, we can't risk being down over and over because it eventually is going to tear up the machines.
That's right.
And that we have in our control room. So we had to put in a generator, and then we had to put in bigger batteries. So if it does go down, the batteries kick in right away to keep the system from going down, which we're still not done buying all those batteries and doing that. So there you go. Now, I went and I put into Grok, and I asked, what are the bullet points of the new Winning the Race America's AI Action Plan? They say deregulation for AI development, open source and data sharing, federal procurement guidelines. So they're going to update guidelines to prioritize AI systems that are objective and free from top-down ideologies and bias, ensuring government contracts favor unbiased large language models, workforce retraining. Now, here we go. Fast-track programs to retrain workers for AI-related roles, focusing on preparing the American workforce for the AI era. What do you think of those points so far?
There you go. This has all been about deregulation in the first place. How many times have we talked about this in the last 6 months? These people who are sold out to this concept of accelerationism, they want no regulations whatsoever.
So in other words,
government.
the Memphis City Council is not going to be able to come in and slow it down and put in a bunch of regulations.
No, exactly. Yeah, that's exactly right.
So kiss local control goodbye of your local community.
Yes, and that's from feds all the way down, because thanks to the big beautiful bill, states and cities are prevented from creating their own AI regulations. And there you go.
So that never got stripped out of the bill? I don't know Marjorie Taylor Greene and others didn't want that in there.
No, it's still in there. It got signed into law at this point. They recast the language to say that any state that wants to regulate AI will be cut off from federal funding.
So you can.
That's how they did it.
So here's how Washington plays it. No,
yes.
you can regulate AI. Yeah. No, that's wrong. What House and Woods are saying is wrong. You can regulate AI in your state.
But you're not going to get money from the feds.
But they don't tell you that. But they don't tell you that part. But if they want to finish the sentence, you don't get any federal money.
Well, they had to recast it that way because according to the rules of the Senate and the House, you can't attach a non-budgetary item like a statute to a budget bill, right? And that had nothing to do, state regulation has nothing to do with the budget in the first place. So they just, we'll make it a budget item. And we'll say, if you're going to regulate AI, you're just going to be cut off from the budget source of the budget with the feds, and you won't get your allotments. Interestingly, however, it didn't really specify what funds they were talking about being cut off. It was kind of vague. So potentially, Trump could say, well, it's not just AI research and stuff that you're going to not get cut off from, but possibly other things as well. Like, I don't know, maybe highway funds or some other type of funds that the government doles out to the states.
Interesting. All right. Yeah. Building American AI infrastructure. Here's what the next bullet point Grok gave me. Streamline permitting. Well, there you go. Overhaul permitting processes to accelerate the construction of the AI data centers, chip fabrication plants, and energy infrastructure.
Yes. I checked, by the way, to see how many times the word accelerate or acceleration appears in this document. I think it's seven times. This is a major point of this whole thing.
This is like a Manhattan Project for AI.
That's right. Exactly.
You know
right.
what I mean when I say that, the Manhattan Project,
I know.
Obviously.
I do. Exactly.
Nuclear
exactly.
weapons, nuclear program.
Yep.
I would just make sure the rest of the audience, they're smart people, most of them know, but for the younger audience, that's what it is. This is a Manhattan Project for AI.
Seems that way. Absolutely.
Energy grid modernization. Well, we need that anyway. Enhance the U.S. electrical grid and add new power sources, nuclear, geothermal, to meet the energy demands of AI data centers, projected to account for 8.6% of U.S. electricity demand by 2035. I don't believe it. It's going to be way higher than that.
It's going to be way higher.
I don't believe that number for 1 minute.
It's already higher in some areas, like in Arlington, Virginia. They're up at like 20% already. So,
environmental regulation, exemptions. Okay, public-private partnerships. There you go. Big government, big business. Collaborate with tech companies to build critical infrastructure, including chip manufacturing and data centers.
Yeah. Yeah.
Looking for anything else in there. Financing global AI adoption, national security focus, ensure AI development prioritizes use economics and military dominance with safeguards to avoid Orwellian uses of AI. Really? Really?
I know.
That makes you feel good, but you really think that they're going to stop that, right?
Yeah, exactly. You might take a look at that, the original document they had, the White House report itself. You have that still up on the screen.
Yep.
Look at the very bottom of the article. Go all the way to the bottom of that article. You'll see a section called biosecurity.
Yeah, invest in biosecurity.
There you go. That's the last item in this list. It's kind of disconnected from the rest of it, but look at what it's
How is it
recommending here.
AI will unlock nearly limitless potential in biology. Really? How? What does that even mean?
Well,
AI is all of a sudden going to be involved in my biology?
Well, yes, it is. Look at the article, or go back to the report, and look at the first. I'm looking in my article here. Look at the sentence that says the solution to this problem is a multi-tiered approach designed to screen for malicious actors, along with new tools and infrastructure for more effective screening. Just think about this for a minute. What about the nose swabs that we had in COVID screening?
Wow.
And this, then it says, if you want to get money basically from the federal government, they're going to require all institutions receiving federal funding for research, scientific research, to use nucleic acid synthesis tools. That's DNA, folks. And synthesis providers that have robust nucleic acid sequence screening and customer verification procedures.
That's biometrics.
That's right. This is based all on DNA screening.
Okay, I just got to say right here, right now, what would you guys do? What would I do? What would you guys do that are listening without someone like Patrick Wood? Without a broadcast like this? Because I guarantee you we're the only broadcast on the air tonight doing this. What you bet?
Yep. I don't think anybody else is doing it. Maybe they are. I wish they would.
All right, let's come back and see what else Patrick found in this. We wrap up with Patrick. He has a whole article on it and linked to the document at technocracy.news, technocracy.news. And in that vein, folks, if you appreciate all we're shoving out here each and every day, I got to have your support. WorldviewFoundation.com. It's the summertime. People are going on vacation. They're forgetting about us. But our bills just keep showing up. We want to keep it going for free. And you can even access this show tomorrow for 7 days. Or I could say, nope, if you didn't see it live, you don't get to see it. And put it all behind a paywall. I don't want to do that. I want to keep pushing it out for free, but I have to have your support. WorldviewFoundation.com. We'll be right back.
Introducing the Sentry Wellness System, the ultimate under-sink water treatment solution designed with you in mind. Say goodbye to harmful toxins and hello to water enriched with essential nutrients like calcium and magnesium. Enjoy the benefits of increased pH for on-demand alkalinity. All from a zero-waste system that fits seamlessly into your home. Installation is a breeze, taking just 15 minutes, so you can have clean, healthy, great-tasting water straight from your tap. Perfect for apartments, homes, rentals, and even RVs. Elevate your hydration and well-being with the Sentry Wellness System because you deserve the best in every drop.
Sentry H2O. Tap into wellness.
My story started with alcohol, and I had tried going to other treatments, and all I did was think about how I was not going to drink or how I was going to drink one more day and then stop the next day. And Katie had found a treatment. I thought it was kind of hokey.
I could see a couple days into it, it's like the light bulb went on with him.
It's an IV infusion of all natural NAD. It saved my life and my family.
We've been where you sit.
The hardest part of this is making that phone call and just come in and talk to us.
All right, welcome back. Glad you're with us. WorldviewTube.com, WorldviewTube.com. By the way, Chad with that company just called me the other night. Chad's a good friend of mine. So is his wife, Katie. But Chad called me the other night, and he said, we're getting a response. Of course, he doesn't tell me who, and I don't want to know who because there's privacy involved, and I'm not interested in invading anyone's privacy. But he just said, we're getting phone calls. We're getting phone calls from people that are needing help. Some who have gotten addicted to painkillers. Some of them have gotten addicted to alcohol. Some of them it's family members. And when our phones are ringing, people are watching your show. And you know what, folks? We're thankful to have sponsors. And we're thankful to have sponsors that are helping people. And Chad had an addiction problem. And he went to a clinic where he got NAD and sat in a chair with an IV for 7 or 8 days, however long it was, 10 days. And he's been sober for so many years, and he's a businessman. He's a good one, too. And he wanted to offer this as a service and as a Christian. I can't highly recommend them enough. Logan, what's their website? NewSpringWellnessCenter.com. Maybe just confirm it. Put their phone number on the website up there real quick. NewSpringWellnessCenter.com. Throw that up there if you would, his phone number, NewSpringWellnessCenter.com. And if you want to use their phone number, call them. I think it's in the ad. If it's not, we can throw it up there. I can get it off the internet. But call them. Call them and just tell them, hey, I saw the ad on Worldview Tube. And let me go there. NewSpringWellnessCenter.com. All right. And just call them and tell them you heard about it and you want information. Here's the number right here. There it is. 573. They got a big, new, beautiful building, by the way. 573-693-1977. Starts with a conversation. And we've been promoting them now for a few years and have heard so many success stories of people that have gotten addicted to opioids, different medications, alcohol. And you know what? The thought is, some people think that, I got addicted to alcohol. You know what? That doesn't mean these are people that are out going to the bars and carousing. Sometimes people just started out as social drinkers and it got out of hand, right? And we all have feet of clay. But when something happens and family members or yourself needs help, where do you turn to? And for family members that are struggling with someone that has an addiction, for those family members, it is so heavy and it is so lonesome because it's not something you just run around town talking about, right? So sometimes it helps to have someone outside of your town, your state. But even if you're not ready to go there yet, begin the conversation with Chad and Katie. They've been there. And if you're a family member trying to help your spouse or your child, call them. They can help you begin the process of talking with them. 573-693-1977. Chad and Katie. Chad is a very good friend and got a powerful testimony. They're strong, committed Christians. And he's been there. And it's because this program worked, which treats the cravings, which deals with the brain. You can talk to someone all day long, but you got to change the physical urge to drink or to get the drug. And that's what they're about with this NAD and this IV treatment center. So 573-693-1977. Let them know you found out about it through Brandon House and World YouTube. Joining me is Patrick Wood of Technocracy.news. Technocracy.news. I want to go back to this White House document here. Anything else here you should highlight, Patrick?
Yeah, I want to talk about the authors of the article. It's on page 2. If you could go to the top of that document.
Yeah.
You'll see it right there. A little more.
Oh, that's page 1. Page 2.
You'll see the authors right here. See them?
Yeah.
Michael Kratsius, Assistant to the President for Science and Technology. Forget him for a minute. He's on salary, actually, with the White House. Look at David O. Sachs.
Okay.
David Sachs was appointed originally by Trump to be a special advisor to the president. That has terms attached with it. He only had 133 days to serve as a special advisor to the president. That was the same condition that Elon Musk was associated with Trump. He didn't have any authority whatsoever, but he was just designated a special advisor to the president. That position, apparently by law, has to be terminated after 133 days. Musk is off the payroll right now. Well, he wasn't ever on the payroll, but you understand, Musk exited like 2 months ago at this point. Mm-hmm. What David Sachs, his name is still on documents. He shouldn't even be there in the first place. Who is
he?
Well, this is one of the co-founders of PayPal back in the day with Peter Thiel and Elon Musk. He was one of the founders of the PayPal mafia, and he's in charge of a venture capital company that's heavily invested in AI. He's also from South Africa, interestingly. Okay, so apparently...
I'm going to interrupt. I just looked up Wikipedia. Not that I trust Wikipedia for everything, but
yeah, there you go.
You can get most of it right with simple things.
Exactly. You can see what he is. He's a billionaire. He's a mucky muck. He's an arch technocrat for sure. But at this point... He was the
AI and crypto czar.
Yes. But now his title on this report has changed to be Special Advisor for AI and Crypto.
By the way, he's from Tennessee.
Different.
He's from he immigrated to my state of Tennessee from.
He South did. Africa. Yes. It's your fault.
He went, Logan. Look at that. He went to the University of Memphis. Oh.
Oh boy.
He's a hometown boy.
Hey, here's a guy, you need to get him on the air.
I'd love to interview him.
If you could interview him, you want to ask him, why are you still on this report, this special report, the plan for AI in America?
Right.
And because at this point, his authorization to even be in government has expired. And I've done exhaustive searches, by the way. I spent at least an hour and a half researching this guy yesterday and today. He has no official capacity in the government at all at this point. He's a private citizen like you and me. And
according to the New Republic, Sachs is using his wealth and online clout to unite conservatives and former leftists in a reactionary movement against liberalism.
That's right.
So
In other words,
is he more of a libertarian? He's a libertarian?
Well, he's a dark Enlightenment guy. We've talked about that before. Remember Curtis Yarvin?
Yeah.
He's one of those. And apparently he's still on the move. He's apparently he's self-appointed now to be the crypto and AI czar. Self-appointed? Really? Can you do that? Can you appoint yourself as for a position and some official position as like an AI crypto or a broadcaster extraordinaire? Could you just appoint yourself? I don't think so. It's not going to work that way. But if you're an arch technocrat, if you're a billionaire and you have interest in AI all over the world, apparently you can just stand up and say, I have something to say here. I'll write your policy document for you.
Isn't it interesting? He went to school here. The data centers are coming here. Very interesting. Talk to me real quick about the Genius Act. People on social media today are saying, well, we were all paying attention to the Middle East and the Epstein file. The Genius Act passed, and it's got central bank digital currencies in there. Mm-hmm. That's what people are saying. Now, others are saying that they were going to vote against it unless they had a guarantee that another piece of legislation would pass that banned specifically central bank digital currencies, not just the executive order, but a law. Has that bill passed yet?
It has. It has, and well, not the one banning CBCDs for personal accounts. Okay. So
the Genius Act passed, but the bill that bans CBDCs for personal accounts has not passed yet.
That's right, and it probably will. But that ladder is leaning against the wrong wall. This has not been on the table ever since Trump outlawed CBDCs in January. This is a non-issue at this point. It's a non-starter.
How so?
Huh?
How so?
Well, we were concerned before about central bank digital currencies that the Fed was going to allow consumers to open a bank account with the Fed directly. That would have wiped out every bank in America. Who would put their money in like a local bank if you could put it with the Fed? This was a big concern, right? A lot of people saw through that. You can't do that. We don't want that to happen in America. Well, that's why these people, these legislators, this is what they're kicking against right now. But that's not on the table anyway because Trump prevented the Fed from issuing CBCDs in the first place. So it's not an issue at this point. And
the way it's going to work is they're not going to be the ones that develop it. The private corporations will develop it. And then
they already have. That's right. And they already have.
And then they'll pass it off. They'll pass it off to the feds to manage it.
Yes, possibly. Possibly that's a good strategy.
But why would they even need to do that when the Federal Reserve is a private organization? So why do they need to pass it off to the Fed? Why not let this be the way they get rid of the Fed? Notice all the things that Bassett is saying against the Fed, about the Fed, about the Fed, about the Fed. So when they finally do away with it, everybody like, yay, victory. But what you ended up with is a new Fed, a digital Fed.
That's right. That's a good point, by the way. I think you've got it. Are you getting the picture now? I think the Fed is expendable. I think you're going to see these technocrats are going to basically take over this move to rid the world of the central bank in our country, and probably would collapse the whole system, like starting with the Bank for International Settlements from the top down. But that's another issue. We're just talking about the Fed here. But you see all this language now coming out just in the last few days. I haven't written about this yet, but I'm watching it. I see the trend. You have Trump talking about it. Bessent, Secretary of Treasury, he's talking about it. He's bad-mouthing the Fed. He said, we could just pull your charter anytime we want to. Oh, that's fighting words. in my opinion.
Yeah. Well, I don't think that went real well for John F. Kennedy.
I know. He tried to do it then.
So what do you think is going on here? Is there I mean, what is the Fed, what is the old banking cartel and banksters going to do about that? Or are they part of the game? So they don't really care. You're doing away, aren't you doing away with, what's the word, Logan? Old technology is referred to as, what is that called? The old technology. What's it called, Logan? Like the electronic computer system, that's called
legacy.
Yeah, but it's
legacy.
What, Logan? Yeah, no, there's a technology you say that's blank, but we're going to this. There's a word for it. There's a word for it in the technology world. It shows you that you're upgrading. And is that what the Fed's doing? It'll come to me in a minute. But is that what the Fed is doing?
Well, my opinion at this point, the technocrats have launched an out-and-out war against the Federal Reserve in the first place. However, remember all of the major banks in New York City, the J.P. Morgans, the Citicorps, the big investment banks, Bank of America, and so on. These are the banks that own the Fed in the first place, right? So if they see the Fed as being a liability, they'll dump the whole thing at some point and say, we don't need the Fed anymore, because now we have this new shiny tool called AI and crypto, and they've been complicit in creating this new system that's designed to replace central bank digital currencies in the first place. And when I say they're the major players, all of these banks, these big banks, they're all bought into this crypto scheme that Trump has been promoting. So, where's the power here? Well, it's with the banks. It's always been with the banks. But the banks use the Fed to manufacture money. Now they don't have to do that. They don't have to go through that conduit now. So I think the Fed could be on thin ice at this point. I'm not predicting it's going to go away just because, but they're really on thin ice at this point. Analog
versus digital, right?
Yeah.
Isn't that what that's called, Logan? Well, that's old analog data, old analog systems.
That would be the dollar. The dollar is analog, right? It's one dollar bill at a time.
Mm-hmm. Versus now the new digital system.
That's right. Yeah.
Okay, so does President Trump understand this the way we do? Or is he being told the bullet points and they're all the glossy, wonderful sounding bullet points? In other words, do we need to pray that President Trump sees the truth? I guess I'm trying to throw a bone. To folks tonight.
I would hope so. Because I'll tell you what, at this point, when the technocrats are done with him, he's in big jeopardy, in my opinion.
Why?
Because they don't like politicians in the first place. And if Trump has been a useful idiot for these people, he'll be accessed at some point. I think you were the one actually kind of floated the idea that after the midterms, Trump could easily be impeached.
Right.
Launching J.D. Vance into the presidency.
Who got where he was through Peter Thiel and all these guys anyway.
Yes, that would suit Peter Thiel. He would be doing a happy dance in his office for days after that.
And we'd be sitting here saying, Mr. President, we tried warning you. You weren't listening. Right?
That's right. Yep. Yep.
There are times I feel sorry for him because I just think he's not playing with all the information. He's not being given all the information. Well, we know that. We know that because he had to be told about different things on the tarmac by the press.
Yeah, exactly. He's self-admitted that he doesn't really understand the technology, but they give him the big picture. I'm sure he has that much. He can see the bullet points and discuss it with his advisors. But he has no appreciation for where it's going to go. Here's a guy basically doesn't use the smartphone. He doesn't type his notes into a computer like you do, right? He doesn't do his emails.
We've seen
like
a video
you do.
of him where he's dictating it to somebody and they're typing it up for him.
That's right. That's right. He's an old-fashioned guy. So he to say he's a technical.
He doesn't own a computer. I want you guys to know that. He does not own a computer, from what I'm told by a very close source.
Yeah, exactly. So, his
company may own one, but Donald Trump doesn't sit around with a personal computer. He doesn't have an iPad, but I think he uses it mainly for playing music, like YMCA. Which I'm actually kind of envious of him in one regard. I have too many computers. I got sick of using them. How is this all going to go down? Closing comments here. Go to World War III, financial collapse, hyperinflation.
I know.
How do we go to the Great Reset, this new system?
We've talked about this business of scorched earth policies. At some point, somebody's going to say it's over. We're going to scrub the deck clean and start over. Nuclear war would do that for sure. A banking collapse would do it for sure. Probably economic collapse would do it for sure. I don't think that's probably going to happen like the way we think it might happen, but the Great Reset could be triggered, if it's not already triggered. It could be triggered by any conceivable catastrophe. Even an asteroid hitting the Earth. That's not going to happen, but some people are saying that could happen. So you take your pick at this point. I don't know. I don't know what could do it. I hope we don't have nuclear war, because that would be so destructive and kill so many people potentially. But you can see that happen, right? The NATO, the Ukraine, these people are all insane. Russia too. They're headed for nuclear war if something doesn't stop them.
Well, you go to Martin Armstrong. You go over to his website. Martin Armstrong. He's writing about it. He's writing about this whole thing. We scroll up to the top. Neocons destroying our Western civilization. Came out today, July 23rd. He's out giving interviews saying that his computer models are showing that we are headed toward civil war, that at this point it's unstoppable. German Chancellor Merz on Ukraine, no hope left for diplomatic solution to the conflict. NATO wants to plant its flag in Asia. He's showing all these articles. What's that, World War?
Yeah.
U.S. senators propose to accept Georgia into NATO. What did I say? Civil war, sorry. They were headed for World War. I'm sorry, not Civil War. Merz says Ukraine will receive long-range missile systems very soon. Of course, these are all old news stories. But he's making the case. NATO could take out Russia in 3 days, says a former congressman. This was back in 2022. Representative Adam Kinzinger. He's a moron anyway. But what he's trying to show here is that NATO is on its way to World War III with Russia. Now, whether that's true or not, I don't know. But that could certainly be a reset situation for the world, right?
It could be. It could be. There will be pressure against that, obviously, because if the technocrats blow everything up, they won't have control at that point, because that means that basically the end of the internet, all smartphones, all that kind of stuff that control people. So they would probably not want to have nuclear war or even an EMT type of a war. So, technocrats have to maintain control, and it's all based on electronics and data centers, et cetera. Imagine what would be the damage to the technocrats, for instance, in Arlington, Washington, in Arlington area. That's where all of these data centers are concentrated at this point. They're all over the place. And if an EMT hit right over them, what would be the... Yeah, EMP, what would that look like? Well, it would be catastrophic for the AI crowd. It would bankrupt them overnight, literally. So they're gonna put pressure against anybody who would do that.
Okay, and then let me ask you. Tulsi Gabbard comes out today, says, what she did in the White House press briefing room. Anything going to happen with any of this? You're never going to see Obama, Herb Walk, Brennan, Clapper, none of them. This is all theater, isn't it?
Theater. In my opinion, total theater.
For what purpose?
To keep everybody's eyes off what's happening on the other hand. Whatever it is, don't look that way. Look elsewhere if you want to see what's going on.
Pure theater.
Yeah.
Technocracy.
Distraction. Just distraction.
That's what I'm concerned about. Technocracy.news, technocracy.news, and his show with co-host Logan House every Tuesday and Thursday at 11 a.m. Central, I think. No? 6 p.m. I'm guessing. What?
Central, yeah.
6 p.m. Central.
6. Yes.
6 p.m. Central. He says no.
We have fun. We have a lot of fun together.
Yes, you guys do. You're doing a great job too. 6 p.m. Central, 7 Eastern, Tuesdays and Thursdays here at Worldview Tube. Thank you, Patrick.
God bless.
All right, folks, before we go, again, I'd love to see a lot of you at our fall conference coming up October 3rd and 4th. It's a Friday night and a Saturday. Look at that lineup. Gordon Chang, Alex Newman, Sidney Powell, Dr. Lana, Hedia, Dr. Woods, Chris Martinson, Mark Mitchell of Rasmussen, October 3rd and 4th. It's at the beautiful theater in our town here in Collierville. Look at that beautiful theater. Where'd it go? What, I lost the picture. How did I lose the picture, guys? Let's see. Where'd it go? There it is. There you go. That's a beautiful theater. Only 350 seats. This is a middle, upper scale, upper class community. You'll love it. It's a beautiful community. They've done a good job of the zoning and everything. It's beautiful. A lot of people say that. We had the chairwoman of the GOP for South Dakota was here. She was here a few weeks ago. And she said to my wife and I, this is a gorgeous town. She loved the shopping. She loved it. She thought it was just beautiful. I'm like, I know. It's a hidden secret. Don't tell too many people about it. We don't want the town becoming too overpopulated. You'll love it. They've done a good job of planning. I've lived here 21 years, going on 21 years now. Beautiful town, very safe, upscale town. You'll love it. Great hotels. All the information is there on the website. All the hotels you should stay at and whatnot, right there. And don't forget about the banquet, the optional banquet, concert banquet. Hedia will be a keynote speaker that night. I hope you'll come join us for that. There's no profit mixed into that. None. That's just the cost of the meal because it is a nice meal. You're going to love it. This is at one of our favorite restaurants we go to. You'll love it. Okay? So check it all out, worldviewstore.com, worldviewstore.com. All right, roll the music. Hey, by the way, while you're over there, why not pick up some of our business cards? Some guy ordered how many the other night, Logan? 1,200. Hope he uses them wisely. They're not cheap. But get your pack of business cards, double-sided. Pass them out to your family, your friends. Hey, those gals are passing out those business cards at the Culvers. Yeah, I got another email. Remind me to share that tomorrow night, Logan. They sent me another funny email. So, Joan of Arc, she's passing out these business cards at the Culvers. She's got a gal helping her now. So imagine if every one of you ordered a pack of these tonight and passed them out. You could help us, really, and yourself, because we want an informed patriot movement, don't we? Yeah, worldviewstore.com. Get your pack. Thank you. Hey, may God save America. Take care.